NAMM 2025. We just saw an awesome performance from the Nova Twins here at the Marshall booth. Thanks for sharing that with us. How are you doing today?
We're good. Yeah, we're very good. This is our first NAMM, so we're very excited to look around and obviously perform at Marshall. We love Marshall, so yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. And first NAMM, that's such an exciting time because it's a huge world in here. And I feel like this is the biggest NAMM we've had in a couple of years, so it's a great one to be your first one.
It's so overwhelming in the best way possible because you go there, it's guitar world, bass world, pedal world. And we were just getting lost. Yesterday we were just walking around getting lost in it all. And it was so much fun.
Well, we got lost in your performance here at Marshall just now. You got a few snippets of different songs and everything. And first I'd like to ask about your connection with the Marshall brand.
Yeah, we love Marshall. We've always grown up playing Marshall. Probably my first Marshall amp was a Marshall Valve State. And we're signed to Marshall Records now. So it just felt very serendipitous and the right thing to do. No, they're just a great company. It's a real family vibe. Obviously, they sell bloody amazing amps, and it's a perfect fit. Yeah, and we're just loving life.
Perfect. That's what we like to hear. Now, you mentioned, of course, that you are signed to Marshall Records now. You were signed with 333 Records before. So talk about that transition.
So we did a license deal with Fever. Sorry, I'm like Fever. 333 Records. That's such a tongue twister. For what was it for? Our first album. For our first album, yes, we did a license deal with them. That was really cool. Jason Butler really was supporting us and backing us, and they're great. They were obviously a great band, and individually they're all just really nice people, and obviously they slay as well live. So yeah.
I'd like to ask a little bit about your instruments as well. I mean, of course, everyone is super impressed by your bass playing skills, besides the fact that with all your tones and sounds, you're like a bass, a keyboard, and an EDM soundscape all in one. So I'd love to know about how you kind of got into finding that sound.
Yeah, I think I just always loved electronic music and hip hop and things like that. So I think the idea of trying to do all that live and essentially produce, but live doing it instead of using a laptop and things like that was really interesting to me, and just growing the board and building it up, just nerding out in the guitar shop was just really fun to do. So yeah.
And I also noticed you mentioned that you had a lot of glam rock influence as well, and looking at your guitar, it looks very glam rock. It has that style. Can you just talk about that a bit?
Totally, doesn't it?
Great Star Child vibes, right? No, definitely. I'd like to just ask about that, kind of, I guess, how the glam rock, not only sound, but also aesthetic has influenced you as well.
I think it was more of an attitude and a feeling and a release. So when I kind of got introduced to that, and also Betty Davis as well, and those kind of the kind of rawness about it. It wasn't this kind of pristine, perfect showcase. It was just this energy that is something that I just really enjoy bringing to the stage and transferring that to the audience, and yeah.
Okay, so you just dropped a new single, Monsters, literally a couple of days ago. You gave us a little sneak peek over here, but tell us a little more about that track.
Yes, our first single of our next album. Everyone says don't say the album, but it's so obvious, so album. And we're really excited about it. We haven't released music for a long time just because we were touring our last album for ages. So this is the first thing we've released in a while, and we just loved the song. I thought it's right to bring out first because, I don't know, it's got a really strong message. And oh yeah. So no, it's just a tune that we wanted to show and be honest about our vulnerabilities. Our last record was very much supernova and super strength and everything, but I think with this one we wanted just to be a little bit open with everyone and say we all have our inner demons to face, our inner monsters, and we just wanted to help people kind of confront them, or have a song to let them know that they're just not alone in it, because sometimes it can feel so isolating.
That's awesome. That's a great message to have behind what's an awesome and killer song to listen to as well. So can you give us a little look on the horizon of what's coming up for you with touring, appearances, things like that?
Yeah, so we're just about to go on tour with Lenny Kravitz in Europe that we're super excited about. And then just festival run, we want to come back here, because we love touring here, and we want to come back as much as possible.
We want to have you.
Releasing lots of new music too, so stay tuned.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me. This has been awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Cheers.